Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I am Becca here with Jack and Kelty.
Hello. Okay, this episode of LadyGang is called The Worst Day Ever. And I am going to just, you guys think about yours. I have actually taken notes because I have to tell you a story about what it's like to be inside the tornado of Kelty.
Great.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to think of one, so
Okay,
go ahead.
I have written the whole thing down.
You wrote the whole thing down?
Yeah. This is the day that I had last Thursday. I want everyone to know.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes.
It's story time. First of all.
Wait, were you
wish I had a
preparing this
snack.
as an episode?
What?
I wish I had a snack.
I was preparing this because I wanted to tell you about it.
Oh, okay.
Because I just wanted, so here, I'm going to call this episode 10% Kelty.
Okay.
I love that you Becca lean back. Okay, so my husband, Chris, he calls me 10% Kelty.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before, but I'll just if you're new here, I'm 10% Kelty because he believes that I'm such a tornado in life that by my own tornado-ness, I make everything 10% harder. And by that, I mean, if the plane is going to be delayed, it's my plane. If the hair bleach is going to turn your hair green, it's my bleach. If I'm going to have an allergic reaction to the medication that really, they say you're allergic to the sun, but no one in the history of time has ever been allergic to the sun, it's going to be me. If I'm going to verbally fart in someone's face, the verbal fart will come from Kelty. Like whatever it is, I'm the tornado.
Yeah.
10% Kelty had an iconic few weeks. So first of all, I need to renew my passport. I'm organized this year. 2024 is the year of me getting my organization together. So I looked at my passport and I was like, ooh, there's some places that I might want to go this summer where you need 6 months of clearance on your passport. So even though she does not expire till November 2024, I was proactively like, it's time.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I looked up how to renew your passport. It's been 10 years in Canada. I asked my friend Dwayne, who's Canadian, and I was like, how do you do your passport? And he goes, oh my God, it's so easy, Kelty. Go to this website, do the form, send it to Canada. You'll have a new passport in 10 days. Okay. And I'm like, great. That sounds fantastic. And so I go to canada.gov or whatever it is. I fill out all the paperwork. I check it twice because I'm so nice. I sign the papers where I need to sign them.
So nice.
I'm like, okay, no, I crushed it. I printed out the instructions on the photo. I drove myself to the postal annex in Sherman Oaks where you can get passport take. Now, passport photos in Canada are a different shape than America. If I had skimmed, I would have that up, but I didn't skim. I paid attention.
Wow.
I went and we measured it with a ruler. I got the right sized photo. I was so proud of myself. I put it in a manila envelope. I put a Post-it note on it to Derek and I said, this needs to be overnight FedExed courier style with signature, just the way they said it, to Gatineau, Ontario, where the passport office is.
Okay.
I need a tracking number. Great. I send it in. I hear nothing. It's been 3 weeks. No passport has been returned to me. Like, okay. I'm at the SAG Awards. My phone rings, caller ID. And I was like, okay, well, it's either a hospital or it's like the government. Cause mine normally says scam. It's a lady. I'm literally walking to the red carpet on the phone, taking notes. Sorry. She's like, hey, there were terrible storms and your passport application has arrived, but it is damaged. 10%.
Oh, no.
It has been damaged by the rain. Oh, also I want to mention, I had said on my passport application, please return my passport because now it's memories.
Yeah.
It's honeymoon,
Stamps.
it's marriage, the stamps, the visas. Like I love that kind of shit, you know? So they're like, your passport is completely ruined in the rain. Are we not making this out of baby's breath leather at this point? Like how?
Also, Canada, your weather gets crazy. Should these things be protected a little bit better?
Well, now I'm mad because I'm like, well, if I'd really thought about it, I would have put it in a Ziploc bag. I just had papers in a manila envelope. What a fucking idiot I am. FedEx.
No, that's not smart.
Well, no, it's not smart. Thank you.
I would have.
Okay.
I would have done that.
Anyway.
Forgotten the plastic
Right.
bag.
So they're like, it's, so basically you need to send in this new form and put this file number on it. You need to fax it to us and it'll be fine. It just says like, I know I have a damaged passport. I am who I say I am, return.
Yeah.
So I get that form. I print it out. I say to Derek, take this to Staples, fax it. He calls me 2 hours later and he's like, I've been standing here for 2 hours. This number will not accept faxes. So then I spend I'm going to go faster. Sorry. I know this is so boring. I spend 2 hours trying to figure out what the fax is. So
Notice neither one of us said, no.
You're like, no, it is. Okay. So here's where my bad day happened. Here's where my bad day happened. I call my friend again. I said, my passport is lost. I can't travel. I can't. Something happened. She's looking. Where are we?
You're literally, you have till November.
No, listen. I'm
just trying to look at, wow.
Listen to me.
How is this written out?
Listen. Okay. So here's my bad day. I get up in the morning. I call my friend. He's like, just go down to the consulate. And I was like, okay. I was like, do I need an appointment? He says, no. Great. It's my day off. I take a fucking Uber downtown. I get to the consulate. No. Not since COVID. You need an appointment. And I said, okay, great. He's like, but I'm going to call up there for you. And I was like, awesome. And then they go, but I can't for an hour and a half. It's lunch. So I'm sit there in the lobby. I had to cry for an hour and a half waiting for them to get back. Then I realized that I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to Uber home. I got to figure this out a different way. So I Uber home. I got my car. I'm going to an IPL facial. Okay. I had a facial that afternoon. I was like, F it. I'm going to get a McFlurry. Okay. Like it.
I like how she's reading. She goes,
no, I know.
I'm going to get a McFlurry.
I took too long on the top part. I know. I just need to give you a backstory. So this day, I wake up. It's my only day off. It's award season. I'm busy. I take the Uber downtown, which I hate downtown. They're like, it's closed. I get the McFlurry. I get in line at McDonald's for the McFlurry. I get to the thing. What's happened? The McFlurry machine is broken.
Have you seen the videos of why their ice cream machines are always broken? Maggots.
Oh my God.
Crawling. Let me find this for you.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't get my McFlurry that day. Yeah, I go to get the IPL, and when I leave to get out of the parking structure, the parking machine is broken, and it ate my credit card, and it wouldn't spit it out. So I'm sitting there for 15 minutes trying to figure out how this machine, I press the help button. They're like, finally, after 1,000 rings, they're like, hello. And I'm like, it ate my card. He's like, I'm coming. 15 minutes later, by all means, move at a glacial pace. I have nowhere to be.
Did people start lining up and back of you?
100%. There's one exit. Finally, they come. I get the card. I went home. Everything. I still don't have a passport. If you work at Passport Canada, your phone line sucks. I called. I stayed on hold for 3 hours. I was still number 34 in line. Becca's looking for maggots. I'm never eating a McFlurry again. I can't travel. I can't eat a McFlurry. I can't get out of the pay station. I can't have nice things. I don't know why life is so hard for me. I just want it not to be 10% Kelty life.
Also in the ketchup dispensers at places, they have found maggots in, those large ones that you just pump and pump and pump. It's really where they...
This is why I don't eat out.
Here you go.
Tell us.
There's just a bunch of videos of
maggots.
Them.
See, this is,
because
I think
they probably don't clean it.
Ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know.
100%. And you know what?
Maggots have a lot of protein in them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I can't have that beef, the good beef, I'm going to have a maggot.
Probably be good for your iron levels.
My iron levels. I could really use a maggot. Although bugs do have great protein, right?
This might
that's
be,
what they eat on
It's a lie. It's AI.
Well, I don't want to stand behind this statement because I'm not.
I love McDonald's.
Yeah,
I do too, and I don't want anybody to be worried.
Speaking of McDonald's, I did find a new love of Carl's Jr. I'm just gonna let you know they have a Beyond Burger that will rock your world. And secondly,
I love their
the Beyond
nuggets.
Whopper at Burger King will
whop
your world.
Oh wow! Came up with a
they
Whopper.
Should use that. As
I'm gonna whop your world.
Whop your world. LadyGang.
Yeah, the Beyond
Whops your
don't
world.
sleep on it. Even if you're a meat eater, I'm telling you, the Beyond Whopper.
So I saw something on Temu the other day that I really wanted to order for Jack and I, but maybe I'll get it as a trio gift for Christmas, since I always give you guys a Christmas gift and you don't give me a Christmas gift because gift giving is not your love language.
It is.
No, it's fine. Oh, you just don't give me one?
What did you give us last year?
I always get you something. I got you.
She got us chapstick.
You don't remember what I got you?
She got me chapstick. Let's relax.
I got you chapstick.
You got me that really shitty ornament.
It's not shitty.
Yes, it
That's
is.
a beautiful glass blown ornament to celebrate your marriage.
I saw the price tag. It was like $4.
It's not the price. It's the thought. She got a chapstick. Is it not your favorite
Burt's
chapstick
Bees.
on the
no,
world?
It's a wonderful chapstick.
Red Dahlia?
Yeah.
It shows you I'm listening. And you love a collectible memento. You make children's books for your love. You have a doll of Jared, okay?
That's why I do love gift giving.
And you love Christmas ornaments.
No, I know. I will put it on my tree when I have a tree.
Take that back.
It does. The quality is shitty.
It doesn't matter. Is it?
I'm not going to say where it's from, but like it was shitty.
Well, have you... I mean, I'm sorry, Jack. Sorry, Mrs. Claus. How high quality do you need your Christmas ornaments
No, the way
to
that
be?
you're describing it feel better. My chapstick is available at all like pharmacies.
Retailers. No, she's describing it like it's one of those like $60 glass blown ornaments.
Well, it's $5.
It's
so
$4, which is fine. Well, you know what? You're getting nothing. Anyway, what was I saying about I'm going to get you a gift?
Oh, yeah. Christmas gift from Timo.
No, it's sick. So what it is you know how you can have those air fresheners that like plug into the vents?
Yeah.
It's a sauce holder for barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it goes in.
I literally, when I was a kid, was going to invent these. Like, I feel like this was my idea that somebody took.
Yeah.
Is that like a collective like thing that we all thought we were going to invent?
Yeah. We were all just trying to find places for our sauces in the car.
Yeah,
there's no place for my sauce.
There's no place for sauce.
And then you're eating the fries so fast because you're driving or you're like trying to drive somewhere and the sauce is like in the cup holder.
Yeah,
but then if you're me and you get a Diet Coke and a McFlurry, there are no more cup holders. Where do you put the sauce?
No, that is smart.
You know, so funny. So Derek, my new assistant, he drives like a Ford Focus or something. Love it. He's great. But like he drives me everywhere. Like I'm not driving anywhere anymore, basically. And it's like a red car. He brought it from Maine when he moved. And he just looks at me the other day and he goes, you know what I like about working for you? And I was like, what? He's like, I've been driving you around in this shitty 15-year-old Ford Focus for like weeks now. And you don't seem to be embarrassed at all. And I was like, no, not at all. And then he was like, and honestly, your car's kind of shitty too.
Yeah.
It's not. He's like, it's just a little bit of a tinker toy because it's an EV and he's never seen an electric vehicle before.
Ever?
Well, they don't have them in Maine. They have too harsh of a winter.
If I was not married to Zach, who cares about cars, I think I would drive something
Who cares?
that I didn't care about.
No.
We already know how I feel about the car parts. I think they're stupid. I think they're too expensive. And so I should drive something like a Ford Focus.
Jared has a Nissan Sentra and he's like, I'm never getting rid of it.
Yeah.
But he still drives that?
Yeah.
I've never seen him drive a car.
Because
He drives your car.
he drives my car. Because I would rather be in the Jeep.
Because you like
I
it's a
think
nicer
there's
car.
something.
You're an
I think the
aesthetic
new
queen.
status
You're an
symbol-
aesthetic
I mean, the Jeep is me and I am the Jeep.
You know,
I can't be in a Nissan.
It reminds me of this family that we grew up with down the street. My sister was really good friends with the daughter, and they had a really modest house, and the dad drove a car that they would joke was like older than him. It was, so we all just kind of were like, oh, that's funny. That's Mr. Marshall. He's just like whatever. Come to find out, the guy was worth millions of dollars.
Always.
And he refused to buy a new house and a new car.
He's like Bernie Sanders.
Since making his fortune. And it's just so crazy to me that is probably a lot of people around our country.
Yeah.
They just don't feel like they need the car. They don't need the house. They just are just living and sleeping on their piles of money.
It's like Larry David. He drove, oh my God, what were the original electric, a Prius.
Yes, a Prius.
But it was sexy to drive a Prius.
It was
Prius.
it was
Leo,
sexy.
It was
Leo
when they
had
were
a
like-
Prius, which is why I got mine. Ultimate influencer.
Oh,
Leo,
really?
he's the reason you got it?
My first Prius, I was like, no, this is a cool car to have in LA because not cool, but I was
Well,
like,
it was like the first electric vehicle.
yeah. And you're like, well, Leo had one.
You know, that was the first of and the last of cars where you like didn't have to worry about spending a lot of money to have a status symbol.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
So it wasn't embarrassing
Yeah.
to drive a Prius in any circle of people
Yeah.
in LA because people like Leo,
Yeah.
not that
drove
it's an embarrassing car, but
No.
but
Right.
a car of that
It wasn't
price range
$100,000.
would not be something you'd be okay pulling up to the chateau and
Right.
balleting.
Yeah.
But that one car
it
you were
was.
fine with.
Can I
Wait,
tell you a
is
car
it-
story?
Wait, I just have a question about the chateau. Is it like having a renaissance?
Well, it's the last time I was there, which was probably 6 months ago. It's a private club now.
Oh, because
So-
like I've seen the Miley Cyrus of it all. She's like performing at Chateau Marmont
Yeah.
like every day.
I think it's because it's more
Oh.
exclusive now.
Like paid or like you need to know somebody.
Probably both, where you have to be invited and
have to make
you
money.
have
It's like
to,
the Magic Castle.
or like you have to be staying there or something.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so the other day I picked up Carmela, who is my like niece through best friend, and she's 6 now, and she's sassy little devil. And we're driving in the car, and you know I put on Disney hits because she doesn't like Matt Nathanson, obviously. And I was like putting her on, and I was like Disney. I was like, oh, you know this one? And she goes, she sighs. She goes, you know, and I said, what? And I turn it down, and she goes, listen, I love Disney. No, she's like, I like Disney, but I love Bad Bunny now.
Oh.
Well, her mother is a musician She has better taste.
I know. I'd expect more than Disney.
It was hilarious when she goes, I love Bad Bunny now. And I was like, okay. And I put
that's the pipeline that kids go through.
Well, and also I'm like, you don't speak Spanish. Like you don't know what any of these.
No one cares.
It didn't matter.
He's got some hits though.
The other one. Then I came to my house. I brought her to the house. She's playing with the dog and we're hanging out. And she goes down. So my closet, when you go into my closet, it kind of goes off. It's under the stairs. So it's sort of like a non-space that's been turned into a closet. And you kind of go in the back and there's like shoe area, but there's like a little cave area that's like 2 feet tall, like a, whatever. She walks in the closet and she goes to me, she goes, oh, I am really good at cleaning and organizing.
Oh.
And you need me because it's a mess in here.
Oh, did you let her do it?
And then she wanted to start cleaning my closet. I was like, I have a craft ready to do with you. She didn't do it that time. It was just like, I can't wait for Ford to get a little older. I mean,
to see the quirks.
Well, little girls are just funnier.
Yeah,
she's so hilarious. Like the way she says things, like I'm really good at cleaning and organizing. And then I'm like writing Christine, I'm like, this is your child.
Yeah.
Your OCD is genetically been passed down to Carmela.
God. Yeah.
And then we go, and then I was like, you're in trouble because I took her to Claire's. I took her, her mom was out of town and I was like, she needs like a lady night, So we went around everywhere.
So cute.
So we go to Claire's, we go to the mall and I was like, let's go to the mall. And I'm like, look at Claire's. And I was like, she's like, okay, I'll take a basket and then you'll just get me anything that goes in the basket. And I was like, this is fair. Like, that's fair. Yeah. I was like, I'll take a basket too. And then she looks at me and she goes, oh, I love your earrings. And I was like, yeah. She's like, let's get my ear pierced. And I was like, no.
Oh my God. The manipulation is like insane.
And she's like, let's get my ear pierced. And I was like, your ears are pierced. And she's like, no, I need another one like you. And I was like, well, I'd have to ask your mom. And she's out of town. She's like, call my dad. And I was like, no, Karma. I was like, Carm, we'll come back with your mom one day when you can have it. And she goes, no, call my dad. And I was like, okay, Carm, I'm scared of her. She's like, no, FaceTime him. I was like, God, okay. So I text him. This is so crazy. I text him before and I was like, Paul, about to FaceTime you. Say no. I know it's a no. Because I didn't want him to think that I was okay with her getting a third earring or second earring hole. I'm texting and she goes, are you texting him first? She knew.
Oh my God, I love it.
And I said, no. Lie.
On to you.
Oh my God. I was like,
so smart.
God damn, you're so smart. So anyway, he was like, Carm, we need to ask. And she's like, but, and I was like, let's get an ear cuff. So we got an ear cuff. She wore it. She wore a bandana. We went home. She came to me in a cute outfit. She went home with a bandana / red tied around her head with her bangs smushed to her head and an ear, an ear cuff up here.
The cuff
like
was a good idea.
Kelty.
That was a good idea.
I was like, ear cuffs. And she's like, great. And so anyway.
So cute.
But
so funny.
She's so funny. And I'm so glad that I have this time with her and that we're close enough where she's like just waiting for me at the fence and can just like hop in my car.
Yeah, that's
like I'm not having kids, but like it really is the best to be the cool aunt because I just pick her up. She is annoyed about my music and call my dad. I want an ear piercing. I don't have to be the one to tell her no. I'm like, just now she is going to want that earring, ear cuff every day. But man, she was like, I'm just going to take this basket and you'll just get me everything that I put in there, right?
Every time.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. I have one more. I'm so sorry. So then we're in Claire's and I'm like, what about this? I'm picking out the colorful like kid stuff. And she goes, oh, no. I only wear black. And I was like, oh, okay.
Christina's daughter for sure.
Then we're in the house later. I can't believe I didn't tell you this. We're in the house later. She's petting Callie. She's on my little seating area in the house. And she goes, Callie could be my dog. And I go, oh, yeah, of course. Well, yeah. And she goes, because she goes with my aesthetic, black.
I love her. She's a queen.
Wait.
Every time I'm around boys and girls of this age, this is when it becomes so apparent.
Christina's
that it is so crazy that there are more men running the country than women.
Oh.
Because when you see a 6-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl, you're like, I wouldn't trust that kid to take my garbage out with the little boy. With the little girl, I'm like, I could leave her home for 3 months. She would survive. She'd get whatever she wanted. She would figure it out. Boys are the less superior species. And that is true. Coming from a boy mom.
It's true.
There's a beauty to the simplicity of their little brains.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. And I'm going to be really happy when he's a teenager and all the girls are being mean to their moms and he's still going to tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me that somehow we did not figure out how to run the world.
Because they've been keeping us down.
And physically they have actually up until
literally
recently.
with like every means possible.
It's just the fact that they're just larger.
They're literally making laws right now. So our
They're
embryos are dying.
Yeah, no, by
It's
design.
crazy.
Well, I've said this many times. I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but like we literally physically do not need men to survive.
Well, we need their sperm.
We could get a lot of sperm.
Let's bank that
let
sperm.
them all die out. And then we
After
could just
a while we'd have trouble with like inbreeding, you know?
No.
You'd run out.
Not with AI.
You can get
Not with Carmel at the helm.
thousands of sperm from each little JO. Like you'd be fine.
But how do we go about doing that?
Okay, you know what? Taking it too far. Taking it too far, Becca.
This is actually my Roman Empire. Thinking about how easy it would be to just get rid of men and just live happily as women.
It would be so easy.
When that clip goes viral on Instagram,
I mean, there are a few things that wouldn't go right in my life personally, but I'd have to learn new skills or find women that knew the skills.
No, there's many women out there that know all the skills of men.
It's true.
You don't need them for anything.
Actually, right now,
and they're lame.
Mostly women especially millennial women, are doing the jobs in the house that the men used to do.
Men don't know how to fix things anymore. I mean,
They're
Chris doesn't. Our guys do,
They're
but like
dying generation.
Lots of men don't know how to like change a tire, fix something that fell off the wall.
No, and when we lose the internet and we lose the cell towers, we're just going to need skills. We're just going to need people skills, emotional intelligence.
But like without men, we wouldn't be scared of being murdered.
I'll tell you this, just to wrap this episode up, I 100% believe that men are running the Passport Canada office. I just want to like wrap it up here by letting you know this system where you're
running every office,
where you're only accepting faxes in the year 2024. That's a man's world.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
We weren't here for a long time.
We're here for a good time.
Yeah, baby.
Fight the patriarchy.